Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into the shocking stories of celebrities who didn't just bask in fame, but also faced life's harshest realities, leading them straight to prison. Join us as we uncover the downfall of stars who once lit up the spotlight but now live behind bars. Drop a 1 in the comments and follow along as we explore their dramatic falls from grace. Anon Singleton, better known as Big Lurch, found brief fame in the late 1990s before his life took a downward spiral. His debut album struggled to gain recognition, and tragedy struck when he was hit by a drunk driver, leaving him with a broken neck. Battling both physical pain and career setbacks, he turned to PCP, but what began as a coping mechanism quickly became a dangerous addiction. As his drug use escalated, he stopped eating and drinking, plunging into severe hallucinations and losing all grip on reality. Under the grip of PCP-induced hallucinations, Big Lurch became convinced that demons resided in his roommate's stomach. At 6 feet 7 inches, he easily overpowered the 21-year-old woman, who stood no chance against his violent attack, resulting in her tragic death. His extreme drug use played a pivotal role in the horrific crime. When authorities arrived, they found him in a deranged state, seemingly unaware of the brutality he had just committed. In November 2003, he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole due to the gruesome nature of the crime. Despite his altered mental state, he was denied an insanity plea, as his drug use was deemed voluntary. Bill Cosby, once revered as America's dad for his role in The Cosby Show, experienced a dramatic fall from grace. He became the first major celebrity of the Me Too movement to be sentenced to prison for his crimes. Judge Stephen O'Neill, overseeing the case at the Montgomery County Courthouse in Norristown, Pennsylvania, delivered the sentence with firm resolve, declaring that the time for justice had come. Bill Cosby, once adored as America's dad for his role in The Cosby Show, saw his career come crashing down in a shocking downfall. He became the first high-profile celebrity of the Me Too movement to be sentenced to prison for his crimes. Judge Stephen O'Neill, presiding over the case at the Montgomery County Courthouse in Norristown, Pennsylvania, delivered the sentence with unwavering gravity, declaring that the time had come to uphold justice. Though Cosby showed little visible reaction as the sentence was handed down, later reports suggested he appeared calm, even smiling and conversing with his legal team. Given the opportunity to address the court before sentencing, he chose to remain silent. However, the conversations surrounding his crimes continue to echo in legal circles, serving as a stark reminder that neither fame nor fortune can shield anyone from justice. Danny Masterson's story is a classic tale of rising fame, followed by a dramatic downfall. Born in Long Island, New York in 1976, he gained widespread recognition for his role as Stephen Hyde in the hit series That 70s Show, captivating audiences with his enigmatic persona. However, his career took a dark turn in the mid-2000s and 10s when serious allegations of sexual assault emerged, casting a shadow over his once glowing reputation. The biggest shock came in June 2020 when Masterson was officially charged with 3 counts of sexual assault. The highly publicized legal battle has cast a long shadow over Danny Masterson's personal and professional life. The fallout was immediate, with his talent agency cutting ties and the industry that once embraced him swiftly distancing itself. As of 2023, at age 47, Masterson remains entangled in legal uncertainty. The intense public scrutiny surrounding his case underscores the complex intersection of fame, power, and accountability in the entertainment world. The final verdict will undoubtedly shape his future, leaving a lasting impact on both his career and personal legacy. The murder case of C. Murder gained national attention in 2003 when the rapper was arrested for the killing of 16-year-old fan Stephen Thomas. Corey Miller, known by his stage name C. Murder, has continuously asserted his innocence. The case originated from a 2002 rap battle where a brief clash between Thomas and a member of C. Murder's crew escalated into a violent altercation, ultimately resulting in Thomas's death. Notably, 2 witnesses later claimed they were pressured by police into identifying C. Murder as the shooter, casting further doubt on the case. Darnell Jordan, a security guard who witnessed the incident, later revealed that he was arrested and held in custody until he agreed to testify against C. Murder. The case gained renewed attention in 2020 when Kim Kardashian became involved, advocating for a re-examination of the evidence in pursuit of justice. Despite her determined efforts, C. Murder remains behind bars, serving a life sentence. His only chance at freedom lies in presenting undeniable proof of his innocence and uncovering the true perpetrator responsible for the events of that fateful night. Austin Jones rose to fame with his singing videos on YouTube, including covers and original songs, attracting over 500,000 subscribers and millions of views. However, in 2015, Jones unexpectedly canceled his upcoming Vans Warped tour and posted a YouTube video in which he acknowledged the allegations against him and expressed remorse. On June 9, 2017, authorities executed a search warrant at Jones's home, issued by a U.S. federal judge. Later that day, he was arrested at O'Hare International Airport. On May 3, 2019, he was sentenced to 10 years in federal prison. During the investigation, shocking details emerged, revealing that multiple individuals had attempted to conceal his misconduct. As a consequence, YouTube permanently removed his channel. Zara Fithian, 39, and her husband, Victor Mark, 59, recently faced trial at Nottingham Crown Court in the UK, where they were convicted of 14 counts of sexual abuse. Their crimes took place from 2005 to 2008, when the victim was still a minor. According to BBC, testimony from the victim, identified as A, detailed the couple's brutal abuse. The victim reported being threatened into silence and feeling unable to escape the situation. Victor Mark also faces 4 additional charges after another woman accused him of sexually abusing her between 2002 and 2003, when she was under 18. Senior Investigation Officer Parander Dillon commended both victims for their bravery in coming forward and expressed hope that the sentencing would provide them with some measure of justice. He also emphasized that this case should serve as a stark warning to others, reinforcing the importance of holding abusers accountable. For years, Zach Avery manipulated not only friends and family, but also high-profile investors, convincing them he could deliver massive returns through lucrative movie deals that never existed. Claiming partnerships with major platforms like Netflix and HBO, he orchestrated a multi-million-dollar fraud. However, when the truth unraveled, Those he had deceived realized his promises were nothing more than elaborate lies. Once an aspiring actor, Avery ultimately became a masterful con artist, until his web of deception collapsed, leading to his inevitable downfall. In reality, Zach Avery was orchestrating a Ponzi scheme, using money from new investors to cover old debts while spinning an elaborate web of deception. But the facade couldn't last forever. His lies eventually collapsed, leading to a 20-year prison sentence and an order to repay over $230 million to his victims. As he sits behind bars, his dramatic downfall serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of chasing success through fraud. His story sent shockwaves through Hollywood, standing as a cautionary tale about the critical importance of integrity and ethics in the pursuit of fame and fortune. Tay-K, one of the youngest artists on this list, is currently serving a 55-year prison sentence. In 2017, he gained prominence in the hip-hop scene with his hit The Race, which climbed the Billboard Hot 100 chart, but everything changed the very day the song was released. After 3 months on the run, he was apprehended by police. Unfortunately, Tay-K was connected to serious criminal charges, including a murder during a robbery. Despite his immense potential in the music industry, his criminal actions led to a steep price, and his career seemed to end as quickly as it began. In 2016, Tay-K was involved in a home invasion that resulted in the death of Ethan Walker. The plan was to rob a drug dealer and his friends, but things quickly turned deadly. Placed under house arrest for his role in the crime, Tay-K refused to comply. He cut off his ankle monitor and went on the run, openly taunting authorities on Twitter and daring them to catch him. His 3-month escape fueled his notoriety, during which he released The Race, a song that became a massive hit. However, his defiance ultimately led to his capture and conviction, bringing his once promising music career to an abrupt and irreversible end. While on the run, Tay-K's legal troubles escalated when he participated in a robbery that led to a man's death outside a Chick-fil-A in Texas. Adding to his crimes, he also attacked and robbed a 65-year-old man who later identified him to authorities. These actions only deepened his legal predicament. Since 2017, he has remained in custody, facing a minimum of 27.5 years behind bars before becoming eligible for parole. Joe's son, known for his minor role in the first Austin Powers film, gained notoriety not for his acting but for his violent criminal history. His life spiraled into darkness with convictions for brutal crimes, including sexual assault, torture, and manslaughter. In 2011, he was found guilty of abducting and assaulting a woman in Huntington Beach. While serving his sentence, he was later convicted of manslaughter for the killing of his cellmate, Michael Graham, further cementing his legacy as a violent offender. Joe Son's criminal history began in 1990 with a chilling case of kidnapping, sexual assault, and death threats against a woman on Christmas Eve. He initially evaded justice but was later identified through DNA evidence following a felony vandalism conviction. Though he had a fleeting moment in Hollywood, his heinous crimes quickly eclipsed any trace of a career. His violent and predatory actions led to a life behind bars and ultimately his death in prison. Joe Son's story serves as a grim reminder of the lasting consequences of criminal behavior and the profound harm inflicted on victims and society. Kaalan Walker is a stark example of power abuse and deception in the digital age. Using his fame and social media influence, he carefully crafted a false sense of trust and opportunity to lure victims. Walker didn't just mislead, he preyed on the admiration and vulnerability of young women, exploiting their trust to commit acts of abuse. Walker's 50-year prison sentence represents a crucial step in holding sexual predators accountable while underscoring the need for stronger victim protections and advocacy. His case serves as a powerful reminder to both society and the legal system of the importance of safeguarding vulnerable individuals and ensuring that offenders face the full weight of justice. Before Young Thug rose to fame with hits like Pick Up the Phone and Lifestyle, he was reportedly entangled in gang-related criminal activities. On May 9, 2022, he was arrested on conspiracy and gang-related charges, with allegations dating back to 2013. In total, he faced 56 charges, many of which were highly serious. One particularly damning accusation linked him to the rental of an Infiniti Q50 sedan, which was allegedly used in the murder of rival gang member Donovan Thomas Jr. Beyond the conspiracy and gang-related charges, Young Thug faced additional legal trouble following a police raid on his home. Authorities charged him with possession of controlled substances with intent to distribute, and they uncovered a cache of dangerous weapons, including sawed-off shotguns and rifles. More gang-related charges were subsequently added to his case. As a known affiliate of the YSL street gang, he is among 28 individuals facing prosecution. Currently in custody, he awaits trial scheduled for January 9, 2023. If convicted, he could be sentenced to up to 20 years in prison. Adidja Palmer, widely known as Vybz Kartel, was once a globally celebrated reggae and dancehall artist. However, his life took a dark turn when he allegedly became entangled in a dispute over a missing firearm, which he believed Clive "Lizard" Williams had stolen. In response, Kartel was accused of orchestrating Williams's murder. Unlike another musician we'll discuss later in this video, who was imprisoned after mistakenly attacking an innocent homeless man, Kartel's legal troubles stemmed from a calculated act of retaliation that led to his downfall. On December 29, 2011, authorities arrested Kartel on charges of drug possession and illegal firearms. Although he was granted bail for these offenses, he remained in custody due to his alleged role in Clive Williams' murder. His trial faced multiple delays, including a 3-year postponement due to difficulties in jury selection. Finally, on November 18, 2013, after a marathon 65-day trial, one of the longest in Jamaica's history, an 11-member jury found him guilty. As a result, Kartel was sentenced to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after serving 32 years and 6 months, making him eligible for release in 2046. R. Kelly, Robert, first faced legal troubles in the 1990s, but he wasn't formally indicted until 2021. Once one of the most successful R&B artists of the early 2000s, he is now serving a prison sentence for crimes including human trafficking and sexual abuse. His controversies first surfaced in 1994, when he was accused of coercing singer Aaliyah into falsifying her birth certificate so they could secretly marry while she was still underage. Alarming accusations continued to surface over the years. including claims that R. Kelly harmed a woman in 1996. By 2002, disturbing videos allegedly showing his misconduct with minors began circulating, and authorities seized a camera containing illicit images. However, despite the mounting evidence, the charges were ultimately dismissed due to a lack of sufficient and convincing proof. But the case didn't end there. R. Kelly faced further accusations of imprisoning multiple women in a toxic and abusive environment. As more details emerged, numerous survivors bravely stepped forward to share their stories. Their testimonies played a crucial role in his conviction, leading to a 30-year prison sentence in June 2022. Toby Willis is a shocking revelation behind the once-beloved TLC show featuring the Willis Clan, a musical family led by Toby Willis and his 12 children, who captivated audiences with their talent. Their journey took them to the quarterfinals of America's Got Talent in 2014, where they received widespread praise and admiration from viewers nationwide. But few were aware of the dark truth hidden behind the image of the Willis family, a secret that could have destroyed their entire reputation. Beneath the warm and loving facade of the family lay a horrifying reality. Toby Willis was, in fact, an unlawful sexual predator, targeting 4 girls, including his 3 daughters and a relative, while they were under the age of 18. This heartbreaking truth came to light in 2016 when a brave victim decided to speak out and report the abuse to authorities. Toby Willis was arrested, and even more disturbing details were uncovered. In 2017, he pleaded guilty to 4 counts of sexual abuse of a minor, permanently tarnishing the image he had built in the public eye. He was subsequently sentenced to 40 years in prison without the possibility of parole and ordered to pay a staggering $1.4 million to his victims. Additionally, he was required to register as a sex offender for life. The repercussions of his heinous crimes rippled through his entire family. Harvey Weinstein, the disgraced film producer whose predatory actions helped ignite the Me Too movement, received an additional 16-year sentence in Los Angeles, adding to the 23-year term he is already serving in New York for sexual abuse and assault. In December 2019, a Los Angeles jury found Weinstein guilty of molesting and sexually assaulting a woman identified as Jane Doe 1. Her emotional testimony laid bare the deep trauma she suffered, underscoring that no prison sentence could ever fully erase the lasting pain. Throughout the trial, Weinstein's defense team relied on sexist tactics, attacking the credibility of the victims in an attempt to discredit their testimonies. They even went as far as insulting Jennifer Siebel Newsom, an actress and wife of California Governor Gavin Newsom, dismissing her as a shallow woman in an effort to weaken the Me Too movement. Despite Weinstein pleading for leniency, portraying himself as a frail, 70-year-old man in declining health while highlighting his contributions to the film industry, the court remained unwavering. This verdict not only provided a sense of justice for the victims, but also served as a stark reminder of the entrenched issues of power, abuse, and sexism in both the entertainment industry and society at large. Jim Gordon was a highly regarded drummer in blues and rock, celebrated for his collaborations with legends like Eric Clapton and Alice Cooper. Yet behind the fame, he battled an invisible torment, schizophrenia. Constantly plagued by auditory hallucinations, Including the voice of his mother, he sought help but was tragically misdiagnosed with alcoholism, causing his mental health to spiral further. Under the grip of psychosis, the voices pushed him toward an unthinkable act. In a moment of madness, he turned on his own mother, leading to a tragic and irreversible outcome. Arrested in 1983, Gordon was finally diagnosed with schizophrenia, revealing the depth of his long-standing torment. Though initially sentenced to 16 years in prison, concerns over his ongoing risk to society led to repeated denials of parole, keeping him incarcerated indefinitely. His story underscores the complexities of mental illness and the devastating consequences of neglecting proper treatment. Despite his remarkable contributions to music, Gordon's life stands as a sobering reminder of the silent battles many face and the urgent need for greater awareness and support for mental health issues. Ryan Grantham, a 24-year-old actor known for his roles in television and film, shocked the world when he committed a horrific crime in 2020. Grantham pleaded guilty to second-degree murder for killing his mother, Barbara Waite, and was sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole for 14 years. According to CBC, during a June trial in Vancouver, the court heard the chilling details of the case. Grantham shot his 64-year-old mother in the back of the head while she was playing the piano on March 31, 2020. Even more disturbing, he recorded a video confession of the murder and concealed her body. The shocking story doesn't end there. After the murder, Grantham loaded his car with 3 guns, ammunition, 12 Molotov cocktails, and camping gear with the intention of attacking Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. However, before carrying out his plan, he changed his mind and decided to turn himself in to Vancouver police. Presiding Judge Kathleen Kerr called Grantham's decision to abandon the attack his saving grace. Psychiatric reports revealed that Grantham had expressed remorse and feelings of self-loathing after killing his mother, along with thoughts of self-harm. According to CBC, the court concluded that Grantham had been battling depression for months before committing the crime. They determined he killed his mother to spare her from witnessing the violent plan he had set in motion. Thank you for watching today's video about the stars paying the price behind bars. We hope these stories have given you a deeper insight into the struggles they face and how their lives have changed. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss out on upcoming exciting videos. See you in the next one.